Hey everybody, my name is Kieran. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Divine Masculine update, basically finding out what the energy is like for the Divine Masculine at this time, and finding out what their headspace is like, what their heart space is like, the actions that they're going to take, the obstacles that are in their way, right, the shit that they can't seem to move at this moment, and then the future potential outcome of that particular group of masculines, right? So hopefully it resonates with you guys. I got my tarot deck right here in this fancy little red condom thing, sheath. I don't know what it's called. Who knows? Anyway, I'm just basically going to get started. Let me move this laptop to a better position so you guys can see the cards, even though you guys can't really see them that well because of this laptop, which isn't really a laptop. It's like a tablet, so I have to prop it up. So just give me 1 second, and we'll get right started. All right? Cool. So let's see what we can get going on here. There. Maybe that wasn't so hard, right? Or maybe what? Maybe we take my little Buddha statue, and he'll help prop this laptop up. Let's see if I can get a little bit more angled. There we go. All right. All right, perfect, guys. I'm gonna take this condom off of the tarot deck, shuffle them real quick, but before I do that, I am going to clear the energies. Just take a deep breath and just focus myself. So just give me 1 second while I do that. Cool. That was fun. I hope it was fun for you guys too. Who doesn't like an annoying bell ringing in their ear? Alright, so I'm just going to get started real quick, and I'm going to start with what the Divine Masculine's current energy is like at this time. So let me just shuffle real quick. Dear Spirit guides and guardian angels, please help me assist the collective in finding out what the Divine Masculine's energy is like during this time. Please give me an accurate and positive reading to help the collective for this next week, July 20th through July 27th, right? This is going to be weekly. I'm actually going to do these types of Divine Masculine videos in the middle of the week. Starting next week, I'll have a more set schedule. But for now, let's just find out what's going on with the Divine Masculine's energy at this time, right? Over this next week, find out what's going on in their energy, what the life is like. So, dear Spirit, tell me what's going on with the Divine Masculine at this time, okay? So let me get some cards for you guys. I'm going to pull about 6. I'm going to pull about 6 cards for you guys just to find out what the masculine is going through at this time. Find out what what energies they're in. Alright, so the first card that I got is the Page of Wands. Okay, in the traditional tarot, the Page of Wands is, it's about good news and communication. It's about it's an energy, right? It's a passionate type of energy. So they might be in a different kind of energy over the next week, right? A more positive mind frame. And I was watching a tarot reading today, a twin flame reading, where this also came out for the Divine Masculine. So this is kind of a nice confirmation for me personally, just to understand where I'm at, where they're at, of course. So this is it's a page. It's not a knight, so it's not super fast, but it is talking about communication, good news, kind of going within, finding themselves, kind of getting into a place, right? The way I'm reading this as an energy is about communicating with themselves. So there might be, as you can see, this woman here is she's kind of holding up that staff pretty high, right? That wand of hers. So the Divine Masculine, it looks like they're taking some type of stand with their own energy, right? Now this could be against karmic situations. This could be within themselves. This could be within the connection. But they're beginning something, right? This is the first card for that energy. So something new is starting. There's some new energy, right? Because the Page of Wands is it's new. It's not a king or a queen or a knight, but it's a page, so it's there. It's promising. So what else is the energy like for the Divine Masculine over this next week? Spirit, just give me a couple more cards that would help me out here. Yeah, so got the Nine of Pentacles as well. Okay, now that you can see this dragon here rising up above with these pentacles, these pieces of gold attached to his chest. Don't know how he got them on there. Weird ass dragon. But in traditional tarot, this is kind of like joy and being grateful, right, for what they have, for this financial 3D type of position that they might find themselves in the 3D. So already the energy is good for them in the 3D world. They might be they might be taking charge of their life a little bit more, focusing their energies more on the 3D world, right? So far, it looks like they're really trying to take charge of something. They're really trying to head towards something. It looks like the Divine Masculine is heading towards something, using this energy that's available to them. So what else can I get for the Divine Masculine at this time? Spirit, help me out here. Let's get a couple more. Yeah, so this is good. So number one, for the energy, I got the Ace of Swords. Okay, you can see this dragon here spitting some goddamn lightning out of his mouth. Whatever's going on there. The Ace of Swords is about new beginnings, new decisions, and because this is a mental thing, subconscious, thinking. This is about the Divine Masculine really beginning to make some new decisions, right? Beginning to start something new with their way of thinking. So this, to me, because it's an energy, is really speaking towards their spirituality, right? They're really starting to ascend, and if you're a Divine Feminine, you might be feeling yourself starting to ascend in your own way. And so the Divine Masculine is mirroring you guys, and you're mirroring them, right? So they're starting something new, right? And the next card, which will make you guys very happy, is the Two of Cups, right? So their energy right now, because this isn't an action, but it is an energy, but however, the energy that this is speaking to is towards a partnership. And having that right after the Ace of Swords is kind of like saying, to me anyway, that the Divine Masculine is using this energy for a partnership, right? They're looking for some type of beginning. The energy available to them is the new beginning in love, a new beginning in emotions, right? So having that right after the Ace of Swords and an energy card is making it feel like they're going to have a new beginning with their emotions, right? The energy is going to allow them to kind of get out of their head that the Divine Masculine has been stuck in for quite a long time. So let me get two more cards to round off this energy part of the reading. See what else Spirit has to say. Dear Spirit, please help me getting accurate reading here. Two more cards for the energy. Yeah, so again, here we go. Seven of Cups. Okay, so you get this dragon here is looking at a bunch of cups before him. So this talks to opportunities and trying to find out what you want in life. So the Divine Masculine has his eye on the prize, basically. And this can also mean confusion. They could be confused about what they want, but seeing as this is coming after the Ace of Swords and this is surrounded by Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands, this is about they're starting to focus on what it is that they do want, right? So the energy available to them right now is them focusing, being able to focus on what it is that they want. They're getting into a better place where they're slowly but surely getting into an energy of wanting something. So let me get one more card of this energy. So dear Spirit, tell me one more card. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. This is perfect for Divine Masculines as well. Is the Knight of Swords. This is about stress and truth, right? This is about coming in. So let's again look at this. It starts with the Page of Wands, okay, and it ends with the Knight of Swords. So the Page of Wands is about, isn't a knight or a king or a queen, right? It's slow. So they're getting into this Page of Wands energy, right? This energy that's available to them, and it's going to allow them to come in with this new way of thinking, right, towards the connection. They might suddenly realize that the Divine Feminine is actually their Divine Feminine, right? That they're oh my God, I've actually been in love with this person all along. The karmic situation sucks. This person sucks. They're my wish fulfillment. They're this Seven of Cups. They're this opportunity that I can have. And this is going to allow them to transition into that Knight of Swords energy, to make that fast decision to communicate, to come in from that page to that knight, right? So that they're starting off pretty slowly over this next week. This energy is really going to be a gradual type of invitation, and they're going to be able to start making new decisions with the way that they think and the way that they see things, which is of course going to affect their emotional life with these Two Cups cards, right? This Two of Cups and Seven of Cups, right? They're figuring out what they want, and once they finally do over this next week or so, they're going to be able to come in with that stress and truth, right? Really fast, kind of rash. They might be brash about it. It's kind of hard to admit that you're wrong. So, they might come in a way that you don't expect, or that doesn't even seem like an apology, but, it is to them a way of kind of re-bridging the gap, an olive branch, if you will. So that's good news for the energy, right? And this is possible energy. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen, especially for everybody, but it is the available energy to the Divine Masculines during this time, meaning that if your Divine Masculine's been putting in the work, and if you've been putting in the work, then that means that they're going to get there. So have hope, still believe in it. This is really good for the energy over the next week. Let me now find out what their headspace is like. So I'm going to pull like 4 or 5 cards for their headspace, just figuring out what they're thinking during this time, during this next week. So what is going on with the Divine Masculine's headspace during this time? What are they thinking about? What do they got going on in their subconscious? Let's figure out what the Divine Masculines are going on. Yeah, so first card that I got was 8 of Pentacles. This is about hard work, determination, success, going through kind of like the motions. You can do the focus, so you can see this dragon is really focused on something, focused on lighting those pentacles. So right now in their headspace, they might be very, very focused on their career and the 3D, right? Just to start off this part of their headspace, they're really focused on something. So let's see what exactly they're focused on here. What is the Divine Masculine focused on? Yeah, so right, you've got the 6 of Swords, and that speaks to mental, right? Swords is thinking, mental, subconscious. So they're focused on moving on, right? Divine Masculine's focused on moving on to where, right? Where are they moving on? Let's see, Spirit, where is this Divine Masculine moving on to in their headspace? What else is their headspace like? What other kind of cards can you give me? What else can you? What are they trying to move on to, dear Spirit? What is it? Yeah, so these are the 2 cards that came out, okay? So first card is the 2 of Swords. Okay, the 2 of Swords is basically a stalemate, thinking, being blindfolded from the truth. So putting that down, and then I got the wrong way. And then I got the Magician card. This dragon surrounded by these 4 different types of energies, basically manifesting the world that they want, right? So what I'm getting so far from these 4 cards, and I'm going to pull one more, is actually I should probably do that right now before I get into it. But so far it looks like they're focused on getting out of this headspace. They're moving on. What are they, moving on towards? They're moving on towards being able to manifest their desires. So if I can just find out what is it that they think that they want to manifest, what is it that they want? What else is their headspace like? What are they thinking about? Let me see if I can get one more card from Spirit here. Yeah, and this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for you guys. This is the Empress card, okay? And this is because I'm literally just asked what are they thinking about. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about their Divine Feminine, okay? And this is all about mental energy, right? So what are they? What is their headspace like? Well, their headspace again is a focus. They're focusing on moving on. They're focusing on removing this blindfold because they want to manifest, right? They want to manifest their Divine Feminine. Okay, that's what they want to manifest. They want to create a new opportunity to create something with the Divine Feminine. So their mental space over this next week is getting much better. It's getting to a point where they want to move away. They want to focus on something new. They want to be able to see the truth. They want to understand their Divine Feminine, understand the connection, understand themselves. They want to get something done, right? And so their headspace it's kind of in a position right now where they're still not aware of the truth. They're still trying to move on from a situation, but you can see with this Magician and this Empress card that they're really trying to focus. And this could also speak to the awakening within themselves, with their own Divine Feminine energy. So their mental space is shifting. It's shifting right now at this time, which is good. It just might be a little bit slower at this time during this next week. You could possibly get some type of communication by the end of the month, but this is looking like the energy is beginning to set the masculine free a little bit, right? So let me find out what their heart space is like at this moment. Figure out how they're feeling, right? So they're thinking that about moving on, trying to manifest their Divine Feminine. So that's what they're thinking about. Let's see how they're feeling right now, right? How they're feeling in their life. So how is the Divine Masculine feeling at this time? What is it that they got going on in their heart space? Dear Spirit, tell me what else, what do they got going on in their heart space during this time? Yeah, so in the heart space, the six of Pentacles. You can see these people. I don't know if they're both men, but whatever. They're people that are celebrating this dragon, right? Celebrating this material wealth, and that's the Six of Pentacles is kind of like inheritance, kind of like it's good money news, right? It's good for it's good in all aspects of your 3D life, right? So their heart space is in a position where they're feeling good. They're feeling good about something. So let's figure out what they're feeling good about. So what else can you tell me about Divine Masculine's heart space at this time? Their spirit. So here we go. Look at this. The Lovers. This speaks to choices, right? This is a major arcana. You can see this dragon doing some weird bestiality stuff with this chick. This speaks to the choices, romantic relationships. So they're having in their heart space, they're feeling like this choice, right? They're feeling their divine feminines. They're feeling something in regards to this choice. They know that they have to make a choice. So they're feeling that they have to make a choice. So far, that's what I'm getting in regards to this relationship. So what else can I get for Divine Masculine's heart space? What else can I get for Divine Masculine's heart space? Yeah. The Hierophant. Okay, this is the Hierophant. So this is another major arcana card. This is about higher levels of learning, inner wisdom, counsel, spiritual guidance. Not like the High Priestess where that kind of comes from within, but this is about a new rite of passage, right? So they're feeling like the divine feminine. They're feeling like in their heart that there's that there's a conclusion that they're trying to get to, right? They're trying to seek out counsel, maybe to learning. They might be learning about the twin flame journey at this time, or they might be wanting to. That they're wanting something, right? The next card that I got is the see if I can get this, is the Nine of Cups. Okay, this is about immersing yourself in joy and love. And so to me, in their heart space, this is a great thing to have because they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. As you can see this dragon heading towards something. So they're feeling that they're heading towards something positive, right? So over this next week, they might be focusing on even their own self-love, trying to get to a place where they understand things, where they can make that final choice. And let me get one more card here for Divine Masculine's heart space. What is it that they're feeling at this time over this next week? Let's see if I get one more card for Divine Masculine. Yeah. A lot of major arcanas for their heart space, right? So this is the Moon card. This is about illusions, seeing what's real. That kind of illusionary type of energy where they're not too sure what it is that they're even feeling, because this is in their heart space. They're not really sure about what it is that they're actually feeling. So putting that all together, starting with that Six of Pentacles and ending with the Moon, overall what I'm getting about their heart space is they feel emotionally that they're going through something, and it's in regards to the relationship with the divine feminine. It's in regards to you, and they're trying to shift through the illusion. So in their heart, they're basically trying to figure out what it is that they want, right? That they're trying to understand their divine feminine emotionally, right? They might be feeling the divine feminine is pulling away at this time. I know a lot of divine feminines, including myself, are actually beginning to detach and focus on their own masculine energies, to focus on their money, career, options that are available to them, etc., etc. And the divine masculine is feeling this. And so again, you have in their headspace that they're not sure what the truth is yet, and they want to manifest their divine feminine, right? And they're thinking about it, and then that in their heart space, they're not even sure how they're supposed to be feeling at this time, right? They obviously have this love for you guys, but they're unsure of if it's real love or if it's fake. And this is actually a problem with a lot of people, not just divine feminines and masculines, twin flames. It's about people being afraid to love, being afraid that somebody else doesn't actually love them this much because they in some way don't deserve it. And it all comes back to issues like that twin flames are actually healing by being on this journey. Okay, and again, if you're looking at this energy, the energy starts with the Page of Wands. So this is all slow moving, but it's coming in and it's good news, right? So over this next week, this energy is really going to start to take off, where they're going to start figuring out their shit. Because if they're going to make use of this energy up top, they're going to come in with that Knight of Swords, with that truth and that stress, and just come in. So it looks like this is positive for, as far as what they're thinking and feeling. It looks like there's going to be a positive resolution for that. So let me now find out what actions they want to take towards you guys. What actions does the Divine Masculine want to take towards the Divine Feminine? So do Spirit, Guardian Angels, what actions do the Divine Masculine want to take towards the Divine Feminine this time? So this is great, okay? This is amazing right here. Ace of Wands, all right? This dragon breathing his crazy, crazy fire. Ace of Wands is about new enterprises, new partnerships, new beginnings. Any ace is positive. This is a passion, right? It's a fire energy. It's about a desire. So they want something. They want something new. They want a beginning. So an action is they want to go towards you guys, travel towards you, start something, begin a partnership, do something real. Okay. Let me find out what else. I'm going to pull 3 more cards for this. So what other actions does the Divine Masculine want to take towards the Divine Feminine over this next week or so? What actions are they going to take towards you guys? What actions do they want to take? Let's see if I can get a couple more cards. Yeah. King of Swords, right? And it's interesting that we've had a couple of Swords cards here so far. And 2 aces, by the way, in one reading. That means that is a partnership, by the way, just in the tarot, just to get that right, because we had that Ace of Swords in the energy and an Ace of Wands now, so that's about a partnership, right? Strong partnership. So you have the King of Swords here, I'm sorry, and that is kind of like it's using your head over your heart. So they want a new beginning to start. They want to come in with that energy. So what is it they want? They want a new beginning, and they want to come in with their King of Swords, right? They want to come in here and kind of give you guys what they're thinking, right? Divine Masculines at this, a lot of them can be stuck inside their head. I mean, you know your partner better than I do, but a lot of them kind of are using their head with this connection rather than their heart, whereas the Divine Feminines, it's kind of been the opposite, and the energy is shifting a little bit. The Divine Masculines want to come in with this attitude, with this decisiveness, right? They want to come in with this King of Swords energy and be like, this is a new beginning and this is how it is, basically stressing and communicating truth, okay? And truth is great. I know you guys would love to hear from your Divine Masculines at this time, but also remember that their truth might not be your truth, right? So they might be coming in and it might be kind of cold initially speaking, right? Because they're not sure of how they feel. So when they do come in to communicate, you guys have to kind of be ready to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Because they might be a little defensive, on guard, especially with this King of Swords energy. It's not like the King of Cups or anything. It's not about offering this huge amount of emotion. It's about offering this huge amount of insight, intelligence, this attitude of being decisive. So just keep that in mind, okay? So let me get 2 more cards for what is it they want to do, what actions they want to take towards the Divine Feminine this time. Let's see what I can get. Couple more cards. Yeah, so here another card, right? 4 of Swords. There's another Swords card here, right? Healing. This is about healing, recuperation. So the actions that they want to take, they want to come in with this King of Swords energy to heal. They want a new beginning. They want to heal the connection. They want to heal what's happened between you guys. They want to heal themselves, of course. They want to heal the Divine Feminine. They want to just come in with this truth in order to heal both parties, right? Because I don't know if you guys have heard this about shit, I can't speak, about Divine Masculines and Feminines, about twin flames, but final healing comes in union. When 2 parties are together, that's when the final healing comes in, right? People do work on their own, and then they come together. And the reason why there's periods of separation is because sometimes there might be issues that come up during the spiritual journey that the twin flames trigger within each other, right? That comes up at different times. But there's going to be they want to come in with this healing energy. And the next card that I got, you guys aren't going to believe, is the World card, right? This is the World card. It's this dragon being born from this egg. On top of this, all this gold, and this is the ending of a cycle. The world's about ending cycles, new beginnings. The whole world's offered to you. The world is your oyster. That type of energy, that type of stuff is coming in for you guys, and that's super positive. So this is what they want to do. They want to come in to heal and offer you guys the world. They want to travel the world with you guys with this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is kind of about travel a little bit. So they want to begin this new partnership and have the world with you guys. They want that relationship. So it's available to them. It's what they want to do. It's the actions they want to take. Now remember, this isn't necessarily true that it might happen in the next week, because the energy is still speaking of still having to get to that Ace of Wands decision. But this is kind of this is what they want to take towards you, right? So keep that in mind. This is what they want. So I'm going to find out what's keeping them from doing that towards you at this time. What's going on in their life where they can't take that action towards you right now. So let me find out what obstacles are in the Divine Masculine's way, what's holding them back, that type of stuff, right? So, dear Spirit, tell me what's going on with this Divine Masculines, group of Divine Masculines energy, with what's holding them back at this time. What is holding them back keeping them stuck from the type of stuff that they want to do. Okay, what is keeping them back? So so yeah, this is amazing that I got this reading like this. I got okay, this is the King of Pentacles. So what's holding them back? Okay, that's interesting, right? So why would a King of Pentacles be holding them back? Well, after that, I got the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in traditional tarot is about being left out in the cold. Okay, this is about not a test of resources. It could be emotionally, it could be financially, usually because it's a 3D, a Pentacles card, it speaks to financial issues and stuff. And then finally, the High Priestess. This is the High Priestess card, another major arcana. Okay, this speaks about intuition, connecting with your spiritual self, the awakening within yourself, being able to connect to that higher self of, that everybody has, that they might not be privy to. And as you know, the divine feminines are actually ahead of the divine masculines in this regard. So putting those three together, what obstacles are in their way? King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So to me, immediately, this is the karmic situation that they're in. They might be relying on people for money at this time. They might not have enough of it. They might be relying on somebody else. They might be stuck in a situation, or they might be feeling that they don't know how to get back to you because they left you out in the cold, right? They don't know what to do because because I asked what obstacles in their way, and then ending this with the High Priestess, the biggest obstacle overall right now is that they're not sure how to connect to their self, that their lack of intuition and connection within themselves is actually getting in their own way, right? They might not be meditating, or they might not be even aware of the type of actions and things that they would need to do in order to connect to their self. They might not even know about their higher self, right? They still might be very, very 3D oriented with a way of looking at things. Their perspective is not going to be what the divine feminine's perspective is at this time. So that's what I'm getting that's holding them back, is they're kind of stuck in this 3D way of thinking, and they're just not quite there yet. But again, if you look at the energy right here, it's the Ace of Swords. That is about a new way of thinking. So the energy that's available to them over this next week, and basically till the end of the retrograde here, is a new way of thinking, new perspective, new decisions. So yeah, they're stuck right now. There's obstacles in their way, and that sucks, I know, because, we're tired of waiting. But there is this positive development with this Ace of Swords, right? They're going to have a new way of looking at the divine feminine. So there is going to be an event, a type of shake-up within the way that they think that's going to change everything, right? So let me now find out what the future potential outcome is for this group of divine masculines. Basically just, basically this is going to kind of just tell you guys where they're headed, what they're going to be like in the near future. Let's say near future is 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? So what all of this energy is going to amount to. So what is the future outcome, dear Spirit, for this divine group of divine masculines? What is the future potential outcome? Right, so yeah, this is great. This is the Fool card. That's about new beginnings, setting off on new adventures, new paths, going forward, right? What else can I get for future potential outcome for divine masculines? All right, another card fell. All right, here we go, another major arcana. This is the Star card. This is about hope, having faith, written in the stars, destiny, belief. So this is that new beginning that they want. They have hope for a new beginning. So the potential already is that they feel like there's a new beginning coming. They want a new beginning. They're just stuck a little bit in their head right now, still stuck with these obstacles in their way because they're not connected to spirit as much as they should be. So what is divine masculine? What else is going on? What is the future potential outcome for this divine masculine? What is going on for these guys? Let's see if I can get a couple more cards. Yeah, Jesus, another major arcana, Judgment. Okay, Judgment is about oh my God, that is a big one. That's about decisions being made, blowing your trumpet, being ready to deal with the consequences. So this is things coming to coming to a head, things being understood finally, decisions being made, things, destiny coming into work. Like in the biblical stories, judgment is everybody being judged for their actions and stuff right there. So this is kind of a passage, right? Things are coming towards a conclusion in which both parties are going to have to make decisions. And let me get one more card for the Divine Masculine future potential outcome. One more card. What else can you tell me about this group of Divine Masculines and the future potential outcome of this group? One more card, please. Yeah. So I actually got two, but I'm just going to pull the one that came out actually. Like, I got two, but one did flip over correctly, so I'm just going to take this from Spirit rather than the other one, and I got the Two of Wands. So that's good. You can see it looks like this guy's kind of making an offer. That's not what the Two of Wands means traditionally, but it does look like he's holding up this globe with a little cheeky grin on his face. And this is basically about, travel, new partnership. Again, it's about the opportunity, looking at the globe and finding out where they want to go. So altogether, as far as the future potential outcome for the Divine Masculine, and I actually, I'll pull the other card that came out just because on my little piece of paper that I said that I'd pull 5 cards, so I will. This is the Eight of Cups. This is about moving away from stormy seas into better places. Okay, and that goes really great with the Two of Wands. So altogether, with the future potential outcome for this group of Divine Masculines is that there's a new beginning ahead of them. They have hope in this new beginning. There's going to be some sort of radical decisions and things that are going to happen with these guys, and it's going to allow them to move away from, stormy waters, or move away. Because the Two of Wands is an action card, right? An action card, and then a Cups card. So, all this stuff that's going to happen to them in the future is going to allow them to have a new beginning. And you guys might be tired of hearing that. Everybody, Twin Flame readers, are basically saying, it's the same type of thing right now. It's the same type of energy that's available. But overall, what I get from this reading, ultimately, the biggest thing that stands out to me is obviously the Ace of Swords, but the biggest thing that stands out is that Divine Masculine, this group of Divine Masculines, is just unsure of how to manifest their Divine Feminine, unsure of how to get stuck, unsure of how to basically free themselves from their karma, how to free themselves from, like, the Moon, this illusion, how to free themselves from the Two of Swords, how to just get into a better place, right? Because again, the obstacles that are in their way, the karmic situations, not being able to connect to their intuition, not having that answer readily available to them. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now that if you want to help those guys out, if you want to help your Divine Masculines out, focus on your spirituality. Become less attached to them in the 3D, because remember, they're still thinking in the 3D right now. They're still very understanding of what's going on in the 3D, but they're not too aware of the spirituality aspect of everything. So if you really want your Divine Masculine to get out of this energy and this perspective that they're stuck in, then you need to also raise your perspective, right? You can't focus on the Divine Masculine in a sense of the separation, because the separation is 3D. So if you're going to be thinking about them like that, with that perspective, basically the same perspective that's holding them back, that's also obviously going to hold you guys back. So it's holding both of you guys back. If the Divine Feminine, if you're looking at them and just in that same way, like, why are they not coming forward? What the hell is stopping them? How come they can't get out of this thing? How come they're not admitting or realizing anything? It's because they don't know. They don't understand it. And, if you're focusing on that aspect, then you're also being stuck in the 3D a little bit, right? Even if you're a little bit farther ahead, you're still being trapped by that way of thinking. So if you want to free them, you need to think a little bit more differently. And yeah, it does kind of suck that you guys have to be the engine, but there's a power in knowing that you're the engine of a relationship. And that means that your energy dictates everything. Okay? What you choose actually dictates the relationship. Divine Feminines, why they're so often in a position of why they often start as a chaser, and why they often start with pain, is because the Divine Feminines are so because they're actually the guide. So it's actually your guys' job to be the guide at the end, right? You're the ones that's going to guide these Divine Masculines into a better place, into an understanding of the world, and they're going to help you in their own way, of course, as well. But for that you guys need to think with a different perspective. So focus on your spirituality, focus on connecting to yourself, focus on getting towards feeling more connected to your things. Take up some new spiritual practices. I started doing yoga, automatic writing, mantras, of course tarot readings and stuff like that. So focus on yourself, focus on your spirituality, connect to yourself, and this is going to force the Divine Masculines to also get into that energy as well, right? Because you're the engine, you're what's driving it. And that's why divine feminines start off in such a feeling in such a weak, inferior position, because it all culminates to get to a point where you guys realize you're the driving force of the relationship, where actually your energy dictates what happens in the relationship. So that's a powerful energy to be in, and that's why divine feminines start off at a point where they're so down and low and feeling like so attached and in pain. It's all so you can get out of that energy and be empowered. Okay, it's just for you guys to be empowered. So remember that for the divine masculines. Again, give them some time. They're obviously going through a little bit of a stalemate in a perspective sense. So if you guys want to hurry that up a little bit, then focus on your own spirituality, not just focus on yourself. When people say focus on yourself, what the fuck does that even mean? It could mean anything. What does it take hot baths, do more stuff, do less stuff, balance? All sorts of stuff can come into when people say take care of yourself, focus on yourself, right? And people are tired of hearing that advice. But if you want something specific to do with actually focusing on yourself, focus on your real self. Don't focus on flesh and the stuff that you can see. Focus on how you feel, focus on your spirit, focus on your intuition, right? That little voice inside your head. Focus on that. Connect to yourself, and your divine masculine will be able to use that energy that you are driving. You're the driving force again. They'll be able to piggyback off of that and get out of their head, right? So it just starts with you guys. I know it sucks, but it's super empowering if you want to think about it from a certain perspective. It just means that you guys are actually in charge, and that's pretty cool, actually, okay? It's like you guys own your own business, which is the twin flame journey relationship. All right, you guys own it. Divine masculine is just a worker that's slacking off. All you guys need to do is put the power of faith in them. All right, so I hope that reading was helpful for you guys. I hope it shed some light on the divine masculine situation, stuff like that. Again, I'm going to be doing these usually halfway through the week, so Wednesdays, Thursdays. This was just an auto week for me. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great night, and let me know if any of this resonated. All right, let me know in the comments. All right, guys, have a good night. I tried to pause this and it didn't work. That's embarrassing. Let me try it again.